Hey everyone, I'm Dave, and welcome to something new on the Geek News Now network called Then and Now. Usually, I look back at a scene that didn't mean so much to me back then, but really hits home now. Today, I'm looking back at movie trailers, specifically two that really hit home back then, at least before the movies themselves came out. Two trailers that welcomed two franchises back into the loving arms of the fans. Well, at least the trailers were welcomed. Who doesn't love a good movie trailer? One that really grips you, one that fires your imagination, one that packs your bags for you because it's taking you on a feels trip. For me, there are two that truly stand out, even though the movies aren't among my favorites. Superman Returns hit the theaters in 2006. Now, before you roll your eyes and bust out the "seriously" comments, remember that this is a video about the trailer, not about the film itself. Yes, Superman is a creepy stalker. Yes, Kate Bosworth looks like she's wearing grown-up clothes for the very first time. Yes, Lex's plan is pretty much a direct rip-off from the 1978 film, and yes, the film had a production budget of $223 million, which, adjusted for inflation, would be $311 million today, or more than Jumanji: The Next Level and Alita: Battle Angel combined. Fun fact, Hugh Laurie was originally cast as Perry White, but had to back off due to his commitment on House. How fun would that have been? But when I watch the trailer, all of that melts away. The whole thing is barely more than a minute, and from the first few notes of that gorgeous John Williams musical score, I am whisked back to a time when hope, optimism, and belief that I can be a better person, striving for great ideals, are all in my face. Instantly, I can visualize a better version of myself. My own personal Superman. When watching the trailer today, I'm reminded that from 1983 to 2006, we didn't have a Superman film at all. Sure, we had a couple of TV shows, and we had Supergirl, whatever that was worth, but all we had on the silver screen were 3 Christopher Reeve films as the Man of Steel, and his saga ended with a Richard Pryor laugh fest that no one laughed at. Nothing else. Nope. Nothing at all after Superman 3. I said nothing else. So to get to a new Superman film with modern effects that didn't make the Big Blue Boy Scout look like, well, this, it was really exciting. Even better, whoever cobbled this thing together knew exactly how to hit the audience. From the get-go, you are hit in the face with a shovel full of nostalgia. The epic narration from Marlon Brando, coupled with an immediate and really good-looking visual effect. The Kent mailbox, followed with the curl in silhouette. And then we see a young Clark jumping incredibly high through the air. I want to jump like that. Cut to Superman walking slowly and dramatically towards Lois. They're back together. Oh, this is terrific. And then he flies away and it looked, well, a lot better than this. The score builds, the narration returns. Superman bathes in the golden light of the sun and those eyes snap open and pow, off he goes. Whew, what a ride. The movie did get positive reviews. Okay, the movie got mostly positive reviews, but this trailer will always get a Texas-sized seal of approval from me. Ah, but I mentioned 2 trailers, right? For the other, we're going back to 1999. Again. Is that year just the center of the geeky universe, or is it just me? I'm not a fan of The Phantom Menace. It isn't awful, it's not terrible, it's just disappointing. I already talked about a truly moving scene, link in the description, and much like Superman Returns, I don't want to dive too deeply in the film. It's been done to death, okay? We can move past that. This is about a trailer, but not just any trailer, the trailer. This was a trailer that people were so desperate to see in person that they bought tickets to meet Joe Black just to see it. There are plenty of news reports about people walking out, having paid full price for a movie they had no intention of seeing just for a 2-minute trailer. Seriously, that happened. South Park, back then in its infancy, even did a fantastic parody of the trailer that I really enjoyed. It was one of my first experiences with the internet as we know it today. Bootleg footage was uploaded and seen around the world, including my college dorm room. Link in the description if you want to feel the geek bumps of a cheering crowd. Much like Superman Returns, it had been a very long time in geek years since we had seen Star Wars on the big screen. Our last experience was when Lucas re-released the franchise in the 90s as the Special Edition. You remember, the one where this happened. And this. And this. But even with those changes, it was thrilling to see Star Wars back on the big screen. But we had no idea what was in store for us once the trailer to Episode 1 was unleashed. This time, a whole new generation will be able to see original content in the theater. Our older brothers, sisters, and parents got to see the original trilogy in the groovy time of 1977, but this is the late 90s, practically the new millennium and the dawn of a new century. It's new tech, new theaters, and it's our turn now. Woo! Superman Returns is a teaser trailer, meaning that it really doesn't give a whole lot away. It's all sizzle, no steak, as we say down here. The Phantom Menace is more of an actual trailer. There's a story structure to this 2-minute slice of awesomeness. Rising and falling, action, and spots where you can catch your breath, and it ends with a big Death Star-sized bang. It's a masterful job of telling a story in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. The new trailer gives instant geek bumps when you see that mystical, sparkly Lucasfilm logo. It's similar to Superman Returns in that it starts off with a few yet very familiar notes. While there's no voiceover, the narrative text is exactly what we wanted to see. Every generation has a legend. Yes, I can be that legend too! Every journey begins with a first step. Yes, it is our first step into a larger world. Every saga has a beginning. Take a deep breath and bam! The roller coaster ride is on! Pod racing, laser blasts, Obi-Wan spinning a lightsaber. Oh baby, Star Wars is back! But like a good movie, the action slows for just a few seconds and the audience hears something they've been clamoring for since 1977. A young Anakin Skywalker. His beginning, his story, the origin of Darth Vader himself. When he shook hands with Obi-Wan, you could hear audible gasps and a few chuckles from the crowd. When Yoda appears on the screen, the audience went wild. Wait, did you hear the shift in the music? Immediately after Anakin and Obi-Wan shake hands, the tone becomes dark and foreboding. Little foreshadowing there in case you're watching this for the first time and you decided to start with Episode 1. If you do, I feel sorry for you. Go back and do 4, 5, and 6 first. The Imperial March plays, and Yoda begins his epic speech on fear, anger, hate, and suffering. Then, since you can't end a trailer on an impending sense of doom, the music picks up again. Another swell of emotion before we get the title reveal, and, if you watch the bootleg, people went bonkers. These two trailers are ones I can watch over and over again to not just get nostalgic, but help remember just what makes a good trailer. Whether it's a teaser or a full-on preview, these two will always rank at the top of my list. The movies? Like what you saw? It's easy to do something like this with Geek News Now. Give it a shot. It only took me a few hours to cobble together a script, find images and video clips I wanted to use, fair use rocks, and then pass it off to my excellent video director Damon for that techie voodoo that he does so well. Drop a comment if you want to make your own videos too. But before you go, be sure to check out our roundtable discussion shows like MCU Mondays with Chris Cassidy, the Geek News Now Cantina Happy Hour with David Furr, or other review and analysis videos like Cam and Focus or the Geek Chronicles. There's plenty to keep you entertained.